Hello, and thank you for tuning in today for our seated chair yoga class. Today, we will be doing seated moon salutations. So I don't know if you guys have kept up on the news, but this last week on Tuesday, we had a full moon. And not only did we have a full moon, but we had a total lunar eclipse. So hopefully you got out to see that. I understand that's the last one that we'll see, total lunar eclipse that is, until 2025. Anyways, when there's a full moon, I think we all kind of know and feel and sense energies get a little bit amped up, right? And the moon salutation practice is cooling and calming and grounding to the nervous system. So it's a really great time to practice it when the moon's energies and gravitational pulls got everything all amped up for us. So that's why I thought this would be really great to do today. And it's a fun little sequence to do seated in a chair that gets a lot into side body. So we're going to be doing some lateral bends and some twists and things like that today. And then we will close at the end. We'll do a few minutes of alternate nostril breathing. So that's what we have to look forward to today. So let's start by taking a comfortable seat, sitting up tall. You can rest the hands on the thighs or in the lap. And as you're ready, if you're comfortable, allow your eyes to softly close. As you close the eyes, it gives you an opportunity to tune in so that you can notice and discern your starting point. What is your starting point this morning? Where are you at physically, emotionally, mentally? Just check in. And anything that you do discover, no judgment. Just be open, curious. Let your awareness rest with your breath. Watching the breath as it moves in and out. Just become aware of whatever sensation about the breath best holds your attention today. That may be the length of the breath, the depth of the breath, the actual sensation of breathing. Whatever that quality is of the breath that allows you to hold your attention, continue to come back to that throughout our practice. Just returning to that quality so that you can remain more present during our practice. Each and every time, bring your awareness, your attention back to the present moment, either through sensation, through breath, through an intention. It strengthens that mind-body connection so that we can be more aware, more present. So if you wish to set an intention for your practice, just let that come into your thoughts now. Maybe you have an intention that you've been working on. There's some quality you're cultivating in your life. If nothing comes to mind, you just allow yourself to be open to whatever the universe has to offer today. And allow your eyes to softly blink open. Hello, good morning. Now let's release your arms down by your sides. And we'll take an inhale. We'll sweep the arms out now. Just reach them up to the sky, just taking this big long stretch, reach up through the fingertips, maybe even looking up. And let's warm up, loosen up those smaller joints. So as you have the arms reaching up, just roll those wrists around and go both directions. Maybe open and close a couple of times. Let's warm up the shoulders a bit. Taking the arms, just make some big sweeping motions. Just up, around, and back. Now let's go the other way, bring them forward. And bring your hands down to your knees now. And we'll take cat and cow. So as you inhale, pull the hands back and lift the chest up and forward, maybe even turn to look up. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone and round back, maybe drop the chin to the chin. And let's inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and round. Good. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more, please. Inhale to a neutral spine, up nice and tall. We'll take our first lateral bend now. Take your left arm and reach it up overhead. Right hand can be just resting on the side of the chair here for some support. And then on an exhale, up and over, lateral bend to your right. So we're opening up and stretching into the left side waist, the left side ribs. Now let's inhale, bring ourselves all the way up. Left hand finds the chair, right arm reaches up and over. Let's do that a couple of times with the breath. Inhale, arms up. Maybe this time you watch the palms touch overhead. And then lateral bend over to the right, flowing with your breath. Inhale up. Maybe watch the palms touch. Go to the left. As you're going to the left, keep your right foot pressing down, right? We have a tendency to kind of shift everything over to the side we're bending. I want you to focus today on staying grounded. Just keep moving side to side. So as we take the lateral bend to the right, the left foot is pressing in more. Let's go one more time each direction. One more to the right. And then finishing up evenly, one more to the left. Beautiful. Inhale all the way up. And then lower those arms all the way down. Let's take a twist now to your right. Left hand will find the outside of the right leg somewhere. And your right hand will find the chair back behind you. As we twist, do your best to keep your chin right in line with your breastbone or right in line with your heart as you twist to the right. Shoulders stay drawing down, so the spine is elongating. And once you've turned as far as your body is going to turn, feel free then to turn the head a little bit farther. Maybe you're turning to look over the right shoulder. Great way to start the day, relieve tension or stress any time of the day is with a nice deep twist. Take one more full breath here. Twist. Bring yourself all the way back around to the front. I always have to wriggle around before I change sides, so maybe that's you too. And then we'll twist to your left hand, right hand to the left leg somewhere, left hand back behind. Chin in line with the heart. Lengthen on inhale, twist more deeply on exhale. If you like, feel free to continue to turn the head to look to the left. Keep the shoulders drawing down. Breathing deeply. One more full breath. And just everything back around. Let's take your feet and bring your feet out a little bit wider than the chair leg distance, wider than your hips. So before we do the moon salutations, I'm going to kind of go through all of the various postures, the shapes that we'll be taking, and then we'll come back and put it all together. So this is one pose that will be in the sequence. And with the feet out wide like this, toes right just angled out a bit so they're in line with the knees. Bring your arms to stretch out wide first, so lengthen them opposite directions, keeping shoulders drawn down. Now bend the elbows like a cactus. So this is goddess squat. Let's get into the sides of the waist a little bit here. So keep reaching out through the elbows, inhale. As you exhale, twist to your right. Chin stays in line with the heart, in line with the breastbone. Inhale to center, and then exhale the other direction. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Okay, let's go one more time, each direction. Just warming up the torso, the sides of the waist, the abdominals. Good, and then release the arms, stretch them all the way out, roll, lower them down. Just take a moment, roll the shoulders. As we start to use them, they're going to get warmed up and they're going to start to talk to you. Now let's find goddess again. So legs are in place, bring the arms up, cactus arms. Now, instead of twisting, we'll take some lateral bends. Same thing. Inhale here. As you exhale, lateral bend to your right. And then inhale up. And lateral bend to the left. And up. Good. One more each direction. It's so good to work the sides, doesn't it? Often get forgotten about. And then stretch those arms out wide, lower them down, and take a couple more shoulder rolls. And walk those feet all the way back in. Let's pick up your right leg, sitting up tall. So I'm not leaning back into the chair. I'm trying not to round the spine. Keep your chest in a lifted position, abdominals engaged, and just holding lightly onto the back of the knee. Let's warm up those small joints in the feet. Just by rolling the ankles both directions. I'm getting some snap, crackle, and pops coming out. Maybe you are too. And then point and flex a couple of times. All right, hold the foot in a flexed position and extend your right leg out in front of you, placing the heel on the floor. Stack your hands on top of the opposite thigh. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and on exhale, just reach your heart forward. It's getting some nice stretch to the back of the leg. Couple breaths more. You may choose to keep the hands on top of the left thigh here for support, or you may be able to bring the hands and walk them all the way down to the floor for a little deeper stretch. And as we inhale, we'll bring ourselves all the way up. So look forward, hands come to the thigh for support if they're on the floor. Now bring yourself all the way up. Bring that leg in. And then we'll make an adjustment. We'll keep the left leg again where it's at. Take the right leg now and just stretch it out to the side. So stretch it out to the side in such a way that you can plant the whole sole of the foot still down on the floor. And then the legs are pretty active here. So I'm pushing down into the left foot. I'm pushing down into the right foot. And then imagine if you could scissor the legs together. So you're kind of zipping everything up right into the middle. All right. Now added onto this, we'll take a lateral bend. This is another posture that'll be in the sequence. All right. Right arm alongside the right leg or on the hip. either or, whatever works best for you. Reach the left arm up overhead, and then we'll take that lateral bend. Reach up and over to your right. Now, as you go to the right, you probably feel a lot of extra pressure on the extended leg. So to balance things out, keep pressure, keep pushing down into your left foot as well. It'll help keep your hips a little more grounded so you feel more stable. So let's inhale, bring yourselves all the way up and bring the right knee in. Let's do those same couple of things on the other side. So pick up your left leg. Again, sit up tall. Support this with the core, navel drawing back. And we'll start with some ankle rolls. And point and flex. Oh, I can't wait to go and get my bandage changed today. After surgery last week. Living in bare feet, the core bandage is just black on bottom. All right, let's keep the foot in a flexed position and extend the leg out in front of you. Hands come to the opposite thigh for support. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, reaching forward over that extended leg. And maybe you choose to walk the hands all the way down to the floor. We're just looking for a nice deep stretch in the back of the extended leg. Let's inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. Stepping the left foot in, and then step the left foot out to the left. Grounding down through the leg, so pressing down through right foot, left foot, and then zip everything up, scissor it in together. The lateral bend to your left now. Right arm goes up and over. Stay tuned in with your breath. Sensation. It's a great way to stay present, is just stay tuned into what the body's doing. It's hard to think about other stuff when you're focused on what's going on inside, right? Inhale, bring ourselves all the way up. And bring them in. Now let's take both feet out wide again. And you can choose to either hold on to the chair leg or have hands off. Let's just lubricate those joints a little bit more. So just let the knees kind of go side to side. All right, breaking down a couple more postures that we'll be doing in this big sequence all together. All right, walk the feet back in. So we went over goddess, and we went over the lateral bend. That's the gate pose. Let's take warrior one. So start by keeping your left leg in where it's at and extend the right leg out. So this is a warrior one variation. You can turn slightly if you like to the left, so toward that left knee. And then we reach the arms up overhead. Okay, so right leg is extended back behind. You're kind of facing that front knee, the left knee, and arms reach up. Now, any shoulder issues where arms aren't going up really nicely today, then you can feel free to keep the hands at heart center or keep them down in some way, all right? Beautiful. From warrior one, turn now so that your belly faces more toward me, taking your left forearm down above the knee with the palm face up and actively pressing the forearm down so that we get activation in the side of the waist, the left side here in this case. Leg is still extended, legs are still strong and active here, and we'll take side angle pose. So now the right arm will go up alongside the ear. Any issues with the shoulders here, the arm could stay down alongside the body or bring it to the low back, okay? So this is another posture that will be in the sequence. From here, keep the forearm down on the knee, lower the right arm down alongside the body, and then turn your torso to look down over that bent knee. This is kind of like an interim pose that we'll experience, okay? Good. Use the arm on the thigh, press yourself up, bring the knee in, and we'll try those two poses on the other side. And then we'll start linking all of this together. All right, so we're gonna turn slightly so that we've got the leg extended. So the first thing we're gonna take is warrior one. So turn toward the bent knee, right leg, or excuse me, left leg is extended long behind you, planting the foot, planting both feet, find that energy in the legs, right? Just because we're seated doesn't mean that we can't energize the legs. And so for warrior one, you face the bent knee and inhale up. Watch any discomfort in the low back. Make sure that we're keeping the low belly lifted. That'll protect your lumbar spine here. So warrior one. But now we'll take side angle pose. So we'll lower the arms down, take your right forearm just above the knee, palm face up and pressing down so we get that activation in the sideways. And then we open the chest, reaching left arm up, and then maybe taking that arm alongside the ear. So we've got this nice long line of energy from left heel to left fingertips. And we'll call this like a little bow in the next pose here. Lower the left arm down and turn to look toward that bent knee. Okay. And use the right hand, press yourself up, bring the knee in and come back to face the front. All right, so I've kind of introduced all of the different little things that we'll be doing for the sequence. So I think we're ready to put it all together. Not necessarily in the same order that I showed it to you. Okay, so we start in mountain pose. Right, seated mountain. I like feeling my chair is crooked because it is a little bit. All right, so seated tall, seated tall. And let's release the arms down. We'll take a lateral bend first. So inhale, arms go up overhead. So what I like to do, and it doesn't work for everyone, but interlace the hands all except for the index fingers. So we call this Kali Mudra. And we'll take our lateral bend or crescent moon to your left first. So crescent moon to the left. Inhale, upright. Crescent moon to the right. Inhale, upright. Release the hands. Walk your feet apart. So we're going to come into goddess. Goddess pose. All right, now from goddess, we take side angle. So side angle pose, left forearm comes down, right leg extends back, right? We did this before. The arm comes up alongside the ear. Now take that bow. The right arm lowers down and turn to look over the left knee. Now we're setting ourselves up for warrior one. From here, lift the torso, lift up, warrior one. Lower the arms down. We'll take gate pose. So we keep the legs as they are. Right arm reaches over the right leg and left arm goes up. You can take the right or the left knee and turn it forward now if you like. That works a little bit better for me. And then bring yourself upright. Now we do everything in reverse on the other side. So the right leg comes in, the left one extends, and we take gate pose. So it's everything in reverse order. So we go gate pose first. From gate, warrior one. So there's pivoting here. The right leg, you'll turn a bit to the right. We're facing the right knee, lift up. From gate pose, we go to the bow. So the forearm comes down, left arm alongside the body, looking down toward the foot. Now we open up to side angle. So the torso, the heart opens up to your left, reaching the left arm up and overhead. And then everything comes back to center. We lift our torso upright. Both feet come back in for goddess. The feet walk all the way in, mountain pose, interlacing. Remember the Kali Mudra if you're doing that. And we'll take our crescent moon the other direction first. So to complete the cycle, we go to the right first, and then up, and then to the left, and then up, and lower down. All right, so that was technically one, all right? We'll do a couple more of those. I thought that was kind of fun. So hopefully you guys did too. Usually what happens is the first round or two that we do, there's a lot of thinking, like, what do I got to do with my body? But after we kind of get the flow of it, it becomes a really nice little easy flow. Okay, so don't worry about once you try to get into the posture, don't worry about getting into your deepest expression of it. We're just going to kind of flow. We're just going to flow in and out with the breath. Okay, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this. So we'll start the same. We're going to go to the left first. All right, so mountain pose first. Release the arms down and then up, inhale. Crescent moon to your left. So left first and then up and then to the right and up. Release the arms, walk the feet apart. 5-point star. Well, that's kind of what this is. I didn't really talk about that. Goddess. All right, so we've got goddess first. So the first pose from goddess is side angle to your left. So right leg extends out, left forearm comes down, and the arm reaches alongside the ear. Then take your bow, right arm comes down, you're looking down toward the left foot. And then transition to warrior one over the left leg. So the arms rise, torso rise. Good. From warrior one, we take gate pose. So we rotate back toward the center, right arm alongside the leg. You can walk again that left leg so it's facing forward. We're folding over to the right. And now we take gate pose to the left. So the right foot will come in, the left one will extend, and we take the lateral bend the other direction. And now everything goes in reverse. So warrior one is the first thing after after gate. So after warrior one or after gate, we turn to the right, reaching the arms and the torso up, warrior one facing the right. From warrior one, we take the bow, right forearm comes down, left arm rests on the hip or the thigh, looking down at the foot. And then open up a little bit wider to your left, so we take our side angle pose. Inhale to the center, goddess. And then everything comes back in, we interlace. And we'll take our crescent moon to the right, up, and then to the left, and up. So that was 2 rounds going to the left first. So now that we're kind of getting the hang of it, we'll reverse it and we'll do 2 rounds, taking us back the other way to unwind a bit. Okay. All right. So sitting tall. Reach the arms up. We take our crescent moon to the right first. Everything will start on the right side first, and then crescent moon to the left. And then up. Lower the arms down. Walk the feet apart to goddess. All right, now the left leg extends, and we start with side angle over the right thigh. So palm down, reach up and over. And then we take the bow over the right leg. And then looking up, lifting up, warrior one over the right. And then in the middle, 5-point star. Oh, wait, sorry, warrior one, I forgot gate pose, sorry, warrior one. And we had such a nice flow going. And then gate pose to the left. And then adjust the feet. We take gate pose to the right. Good. From gate pose, we take warrior one. So turning all the way around to the left, warrior one. Remember, it goes in reverse. And then the bow, left forearm comes down, right alongside the body, looking down. And then open up more to the right. Arm up and overhead, side angle. Inhale all the way back up. Goddess. Bringing everything back to center, interlace, crescent moon to the left. And up, and crescent to the right. And up, and release your arms down. We'll do that one more time, going to the right. All right, inhale, arms up. Crescent to the right. Up, crescent to the left. Up. All right, 5-point star to goddess right here. And now we take our side angle pose to the right. So make those adjustments with the feet. Left leg extends. We extend that left arm alongside the ear. And then take the bow, looking down. And then warrior one, lifting up. For warrior one, gate pose, lateral bend to the left. And then change sides in your gate pose. The left leg comes in, the right one goes out. We take our gate pose to the right. From gate pose, we go to warrior one. So we transition all the way around warrior one to the left. And then bow. And then side angle, open up. And side angle. Goddess pose in the center. Inhale up, interlace. Crescent moon, to the left. Up. And then to the right. And up. And the loving arms up. Feels great. Okay. Moving all this stuff around. We'll slow things down a little bit. We'll take a few deeper stretches and a twist, and then we'll get into that breathing. Let's pick up your right leg, and we'll come back to some little ankle rolls. Just roll things out a little bit here. And point and flex maybe a couple of times. And then hold it in a flexed position. We'll get a little bit deeper stretch into that outer hip. Sitting up tall here. Any knee discomfort, keep the foot flexed. And then if it's available to you, feel free to move in a little bit deeper by tilting the torso forward. Got those legs all woken up with that moon salutation. This should feel really nice on your hips, huh? A couple more deep breaths here. And we'll inhale all the way up. Uncross the leg. Pick up the other one. Roll the ankle again a couple of times. Point and flex. And hold the flex. Cross ankle over the knee. Pick it up. Lengthen the spine. And perhaps you like to tilt forward. You've got the space in the hips. Tuning back into breath, into sensation. Right? Doing new sequences, we get a lot up in the head. So using this slowing down to tune back into the breath, back into the body. Step all the way upright, uncross. Let's take a deeper twist now than we've done already. Go ahead and turn all the way in your chair to your right. So keep yourself firmly planted still on the chair. And again, be really mindful when we twist, initiate the twist, especially with chin in line with the heart, in line with the breastbone. It's a long, tall spine. Hands can come to the back of the chair for a little extra support. Lengthen up and turn to look behind you. Shoulders are down. You might even here then turn the head to look farther around to your right. Take one more deep breath here. Untwist, everything comes all the way back around to the front. And then turn everything around the other direction. Sitting tall. Chin stays in line with the breastbone as you twist. Hands come to the back of the chair and turn around to look to your left. Maybe continuing with the head to look over the left shoulder. One more deep breath. One twist. Get yourself all the way back around. And we'll call this like seated child's pose. So a couple of choices. You could just take forearms, bring them down to the knees, and just let the whole upper body round forward. If you'd like something a little bit deeper, feel free to bring the hands all the way down to the floor and just let your head weight drop down, kind of like in a forward fold. We'll take just a few breaths here. Nice release for the lumbar spine. You're dropping the head forward and down. Nice release for the back of the neck. And one more breath. And then using the strength of the arms, press yourself all the way up. And with the hands on the knees, just a couple of quick rounds of cat and cow, release any tension you might have been holding in the spine. Inhaling to lift the chest and exhale to round. And when we feel complete, we'll return to our seated mountain pose, sitting up tall. And if it's comfortable for you, allow your eyes to softly close, hands resting on the thighs or in the lap. And as the eyes close, take a moment and tune in. Check out what's going on in your inner landscape now. Maybe, just maybe as you tune in, you notice a shift or a change energetically or even physically. Pouring into yourself again. What's going on in the present moment inside your body. Please bring your awareness to the breath. Watching the breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Now fine-tuning that even more, bring your awareness to the sensation of the breath at the nostrils. Notice that there are two distinct streams of air. One through the left nostril and one through the right. And as you tune into them, is there a difference? No judgment if you discover that there is or that there isn't. But oftentimes, we'll have a difference and we Give you the amount of airflow, one nostril versus the other. And your body naturally shifts that throughout the day. One nostril is always dominant while the other is resting. We'll use that to do virtual, or that knowledge to do virtual alternate nostril breathing today. So no need to even lift the hands up. Keep the hands resting on the lap. All of your awareness is at the breath, at the nostrils. Now imagine that you're breathing in and out only through the left nostril. All of your awareness is on the left nostril breath. Breathing in and breathing out. See the left side of the body fill as you breathe in. Coming into the coolness of left nostril breathing. Shift your awareness. Begin to notice only the breath moving through the right nostril. Right side of the nostril, breathing in and breathing out. See the right side of the body fill as you breathe in. And tune into the warm sensation of right nostril breathing. And we'll begin to alternate nostrils. On your next breath in, breathe in through the left nostril. Change sides, exhale through the right. Inhale again through the right side. And exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. In right. Out left. In left. And continue on your own. It's alternating nostrils. And if you get lost, just remember that you change sides after the inhalation. All of your awareness is on the breath. A couple more complete rounds, in one side, out the other. In again, and then back. Complete our breath cycle by exhaling through the left nostril. And then return to normal breathing. Breathing in and out through both nostrils. Inhaling through both nostrils and exhaling through both nostrils. Maybe tuning into this wonderful sense of calm. Please turn your hands and into the neutral palm against palm in front of the heart. Bow into your chest. You can give me a brief moment here for gratitude. Gratitude to yourself, particularly this time for you today. And I thank you for tuning in and sharing your practice. Namaste. See you next time.